India has expressed concern at the extension of emergency in the Maldives by Parliament. A statement issued by the Ministry of External Affairs says we are deeply dismayed that the government of the Maldives has extended the state of emergency for a further 30 days. The manner in which the extension of the state of emergency was approved by the Majlis in contravention of the Constitution of Maldives is also a matter of concern. The statement says the consequent delay in the resumption of the political process and the continuing suspension of the functioning of democratic institutions, including the judiciary, is likely to further delay restoration of normalcy in the Maldives. It is important to ensure that all democratic institutions are allowed to function in a fair and transparent manner in accordance with the Constitution. And Siddhant now joins us with more on this story. Siddhant, well, the Indian government has expressed dismay at the extension of emergency. Give us a sense of the kind of circumstances that led to this and what are the implications?
And a pretty strong statement coming, India saying that it's dismayed, deeply dismayed over what the parliament, the Majlis, has done. Basically, the president of Maldives, Yamin, who had imposed emergency, had given the proposal and it was passed without any opposition member in the parliament, passed by 38 MPs who were from the ruling party. And of course, this has come at a time when strongly, not only India, but the US has also said that the extension is not needed. And before the extension came yesterday, it happened yesterday around 10 p.m. in the night, the Indian government had issued a statement saying that it expects that the emergency won't be extended. Remember, on 5th of February, the president had imposed emergency after the Supreme Court of Maldives on 1st of February said that all the opposition leaders should be released and they should be allowed to come to India, to Maldives. And of course, Mr. Nasheed, who was the former leader in Maldives, who is in exile in Sri Lanka, it opens the door for him to come and of course participate in the democratic process here. But now the democratic process stands suspended. We know that the president has also nullified, in a sense, amended with the new bench of Supreme Court the order of imposition of emergency. So all the democratic institutions stand suspended, and this emergency continues till 22nd of March. So clearly it doesn't look like the emergency will be revoked, despite the fact that many countries like France, UK, India, and of course US calling the Maldivian government to revoke it. But of course it seems that there is a new power strategy which is happening across Asia, which has of course been started with the Chinese, because Chinese have been coming out with a contrary statement saying that there should be no internal affairs. The Maldives government should handle its own internal affairs. There were reports in the Chinese media that China is sending its own warships, though it's not been confirmed by anyone. So clearly it seems like new power dynamics is playing out in Maldives.
Right. Well, Siddhant, well, that's all we have time for. Thank you very much for joining us with those inputs.